Welcome to Wine Dine Combine, where the world of wines unfolds right before your eyes. Today, we are visiting the restaurant La Vela in Pietà, overlooking the beautiful Msida yacht marina. It was cloudy, but we were fortunate enough to snatch a spot on their outdoor terrace. We are chatting with Muscat, the La Vela restaurant owner and the president of the Association of Catering Establishments. And then we will taste some of the wines from their Italian import selection. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. As long as I have my wines next to me, I'm fine.
Can you tell us more about your journey, your inspirations throughout, what makes you open the La Vela restaurant and what makes you venture into the import business with the Italian wines?
So basically, I was born into the restaurant industry. My grandfather, my mother's father, used to own a number of restaurants in Valletta. And back at that time, they were very unique and very popular. And we were actually brought up in the restaurants. There were the main Valletta Square, and there was a Cafe Premier, the Britannia restaurant, Australia Bar, Canberra. In those days, they were the most popular places. And obviously to meet my grandfather and my uncles and my father, who started working there when he married my mother, we used to spend a lot of time there. As time went by, I realized that in catering you miss out on family activities. So whenever I had my father and my granddad with us on Christmas Day, to see them we had to go there. So I had decided that catering was not for me. So I studied finance, and I spent 25 years working in the financial sector, in the private sector. Then I had this opportunity to open a wine bar in Valletta. My ex-partner had this wish. At first I opposed because I knew what we were going in for, and I had agreed just to go there once in a while in the evenings. But obviously, when I started that, the love for catering came back. From the wine bar came La Vela, and 16 years on, I'm still here.
Thankfully. I remember that was 2008 when you opened.
Exactly, December 2008.
The restaurant today obviously grew and became what it is today through the time. And your patience, because being in the business for so many years, it's a curse and a blessing in the same, because there is a lot of tough work.
Know how to decipher between a curse and a blessing.
So can I ask you one thing? Would you do it again?
Yes. Yes.
That says everything. That says everything. Throughout the time, you realize that, sometimes you need to make sacrifices. Like you said, you don't visit family every holiday.
When we decided to open La Vela, my son had already grown up, so at least I had given him his childhood. I was always present in his life, so.
He's not interested to take over the business?
Not at all.
No, it's a very, very scary thing. I mean,
he loves food, but he's not interested in the business.
So you're here every day?
Yes.
I know that you take the orders personally.
I do.
That you tend to the people. I mean, the only way that business can exist, especially if it's a family business, it's that you are there, present all the time.
I make sure that I'm here, especially during service.
You mentioned that you travel a lot and that bits and pieces are always coming from experience. And what is your philosophy when it comes to the cuisine? Why have you chosen Sicilian cuisine? Why are you aiming for Italian, Mediterranean tastes?
Well, I think especially us local people, we love Italian food. We love Sicilian food. I think it's the cleanest, and we have so much choice. I mean, we're surrounded by the sea, fresh fish, fresh produce. Sicilian food is very simple, but yet unique.
The best here, it's crudo.
Yes.
And the mix, you have a mix of crudo and cooked fish and cooked starters.
What we do on our menu, we have a few items which are raw and cooked, but our chef prepares. Chef Enrico prepares an extensive list of specialities every single day. So we have 6 or 7 types of raw fish and cooked fish to start off the meal with.
And I know that you source most of the produce locally.
Yes, all fish is local.
So sustainability is important today.
Very important. Yes.
We started talking about wines before and how you import your wines, and we're here with your wine list. It's quite big. It's extensive, and I really like it. You have around 300 wines here.
They've increased now, about 360, 370 wines.
Wow. That's a lot to read throughout the night when you go out. Tell me about why do you import only Italian wines? And is there that love for the wines that because you are visiting Italy often and travel there?
Yes, I travel to Italy quite often, and I'm trying to cover the whole of Italy, all the regions. And I'm trying to have importation from as many regions as I can. So I think I'd rather stick for the moment to Italian wines. Once I have my full portfolio of Italian wines, then I might venture off maybe somewhere else.
I tried some of your wines. Even in one of the previous episodes, we had a chance of trying that Primitivo, which I really liked.
That is one of the first wineries I had started importing from. That was Polvanera.
And today we're going to taste 𝐻𝐚 𝐕𝐞𝐥𝐚.
Yes.
Sicilian wine.
So this is from the 𝐻𝐚 region.
Shall I?
Yes, please do. It is made by Custodi delle Vigne dell'Etna. It's 60% of that is Caricante. It's got some Catarratto, some Grecanico. It is all stainless steel. So they produce about 30,000 bottles of Edes. Edes means family in Latin, in the Latin. It's a lovely mineral wine, obviously. Volcanic, very volcanic. High altitude because of the 𝐻𝐚.
It tends to produce fresher wines.
Yes.
Easy drinking.
Yeah, easy drinking. Mineral,
Would you like to
acidic.
test, please?
Of course.
They are using natural cork.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes, we educate people who doesn't know this, that when it's natural cork, the wine can be corked. So it's customary to taste the wine before you start pouring.
It's perfect.
Thank you. Honors to the lady.
This Edes, this 𝐻𝐚 𝐕𝐞𝐥𝐚 goes perfectly well with seafood pasta dishes or crudi.
Cheers, Michelle. Sacha.
What do you think?
Nice. You can actually feel Catarratto heating up first, and a really nice long aftertaste. I do see this with the crudi and antipasti.
Pasta. And even pasta. Some pasta vongole or...
Yeah, battery pasta, not very full creamy pasta.
No, not creamy pasta, the battery.
Winery produces how many different varieties?
Different varieties, about 8 different varieties. It's Edes, Ante, Imbrus. So they have 1 rosé, 3 whites as far as I believe, and another 3 reds.
I think we tasted rosé recently somewhere that you were importing. And what I noticed that this is a nice wine which won't break a bank. Basically, it's a nice wine to order for a normal lunch day, so it's not that you need to save.
No, it's very good
for
quality.
the special
Very
occasion.
for money. To be honest, the first time I saw these wines, I had met them up at the fair in Vinitaly, and I was intrigued by their labels. I don't know. They all have this type of label, different
Graphic
colors.
presentation
Yes,
of the wines.
Beautiful presentation.
And they have old wines there as well.
Yes, they have
when
all-
you speak about terroir, volcanic activity makes this kind of very smooth but crispy because of the height and the altitude,
the altitude of the volcano.
of the volcano. But let's speak about your wine list again. It's so extensive. Do you train your staff to offer wines to the guests, to give them help and hand when they are choosing the proper wine for their food?
Yes, we do. In my wine list, I don't only have wines that we import. We also buy from other suppliers, and I try to organize wine tastings with the suppliers, with my staff, so they'll know what we have on the wine list and what they can pair with our food. Also, in winter, we don't do it in summer, but in winter, once a month, I try and organize a wine pairing event where either a winemaker or a supplier comes from each and every winery. And obviously, since I have the wine pairing dinner open to the public, before that, the winemaker himself or the representative explains to the staff each and every bottle we have from there.
So your staff will be knowledgeable about the wines that you're presenting, the wines that you're getting.
Pair the wine and know which glasses to use, whether to decant the wine or not. These are things that I believe staff must know.
Especially when you have those wine pairings. So you organize wine pairing. You tend to obviously shape the menu to the wines that you're
Yes, what our chef 𝐿 does. Obviously would know which wines we have available from that particular winery, and he gets in touch with the supplier or with the winemaker, and they build up the menu together.
When you're talking about chef, do you have also, you employ some sommeliers here as well? The knowledgeable people about wines, the
Very
people
knowledgeable, yes.
who would be, because going through that extensive wine list, it helps to know the wines.
In fact, when we're not very busy, or I try and ask them to do it before or after service, I ask them to go to our stores and to our layout where we have our wines, and keep repeating and looking at the wine list and see what wines we have available and what type of wines they are.
So you organize the internal wine tasting, basically.
Yes, definitely.
That's the part they love the most, I think.
And the best part of the day is especially in weekends. We do that to do it on weekends. When we finish a service, I just say, pick a bottle. Let's discuss
open
this
a nice bottle
today.
Discuss it, speak about it, see what is
That's
the best
the
pairing
highlight
for
of the
it.
day.
No, I mean, I believe that people who don't try something, they cannot really sell and push it or present it to the clients properly.
In fact, Chef Enrico and myself, when we decide which wines to import, we have to try each and every bottle. So most of what is in here we've tried already. The biggest satisfaction that I have of this place is that I see people retaining my guests. That is the biggest satisfaction. And then obviously we become friends. You know what they want to eat, what they like to drink. Some people don't even look at menus or wine lists. They just say, it's up to you.
Do you carry the local wines as well?
Yes, of course. I love local wines as well. And I think there's a big potential for local wines.
Do you have a lot of tourists coming, first of all?
Not a big percentage, no. We have more local people. Percentage-wise, it would be 70-30.
But you still do have occasion. Do you offer them local wines?
It depends on who the clients are, because you can have the casual tourists just walking by, which is quite rare, because we don't have passing trade that much. And then you would know what type of wine they might like. Then you would have the foreign people coming in on business. That would be a different type of clientele. Then you can go on a higher level of local wines.
What is the process of importing these lovely wines?
What I try to do, we try and research quite a lot during the year, and we see what gaps we have in our wine list and which regions we would like to concentrate on. Then it's either we go to fairs. Enrico and myself, we go to fairs regularly and try and make appointments with these wineries which we have researched before. That is basically what we do year after year. Then from the present wineries we have, they might start producing new wines. We go into those as well, and our list goes on and on and on.
And it helps that the winery owners come from time to time, touch the base, make a wine tasting in Malta.
Yes. We love that. We love to keep in contact. Sometimes we go, and in summer, as I said, in winter, as I said, once a month, we try and have an event.
When you talk about these imported wines, we can show a few of them. So we have a lovely Chardonnay, and I think you can read the label. It says La Valletta. La Valletta, it's from Piemonte.
It's 100% Chardonnay. Obviously, it caught my eye being called La Valletta.
Then you tasted it.
And I fell in love with it, with the name and with the wine.
Amazing wine to have with the crudi platter here.
Yes.
And then we go for something else, white Fiano di Avellino. Now this is really high quality and nice wine to have. You can have it with both starters, like crudi, like fried fish, but you can even have it with the main dish, fish al cartoccio, grilled fish, el sale, whatever. Everything will go with it. Tell me about the wines. Do you keep them only for the restaurant, or you do sell them?
No, we do sell them. We do sell to private clients, and we also have a few restaurants.
No, we are going for the Maninco.
Alto Adige.
So this winery caught my attention. They have really nice bottles, and it shows the quality. They have engraved logo on the bottle. You have quite a few wines from this winery.
Yes.
On the wine
Alto
list.
Adige wines are amazing. The acidity in them is beautiful.
So those are the wines that they can age well as well.
Yes, they can. The altitude in Alto Adige is amazing. That is also a wine from that winery.
So this is Rubac, and it's Lagrein, 100%.
It's an indigenous grape from Alto Adige.
Not very known locally.
No, but it's a beautiful grape. Lovely grape.
And again, this is something that you can have even with the light meats. It will go especially well with your cooked fish for starter.
Yes.
Fried fish.
Fritto misto.
Yes, fritto misto will go well because it will go with that butter. It will cut through it. Brunello di Montalcino is the story on its own. We're not going to be testing it today. It will be too heavy and early in the day. And this is a wine that needs to breathe. This is something that you open. It's 45 months aged in the oak barriques. And this wine has again a story on its own, and the wine that won't break a bank. I mean, some anniversary, birthday dinner, not very expensive.
There's quite a range of Brunellos because they have different areas. There's Cerrat Alto, Pietradonice, Tenuta Nuova, Giovanni Neri, a lot of different areas.
Can you tell us more about this winery that you're getting? How did you get to know them?
Well, that is one of the first wineries. We've been importing from Casanova di Neri over 20 years now, before the restaurant. So I started my wines, and that wine in particular is what made me fall in love with wines, the Brunello Montalcino. I visited the winery. It's a beautiful winery. We also have a relais as well now. It's a family winery, but very well known, one of the most prestigious in Tuscany. And the Brunello also gets awarded many times by Robert Parker, James Suckling, 97 points, 100 points. 100 points has been recurring for quite a few years now.
What else do they have as the winery? What do they?
As I mentioned, they have little patches of the vineyard. They have Pietradonice, Tenuta Nuova. There's Cerrat Alto, which is their main, their highest level. Incidentally, they also do a white. It's called 𝐻𝐚 Bianco, not Il Bianco, 𝐻𝐚 Bianco. They also have Rosso di Montalcino and Il Rosso, which is a Chianti blend. quite a variety of
Yes,
wines.
but there are differs in the region as well.
Yes, that's why they have so many different Brunellos.
So you first started importing the wines and you opened La Vela. What is the percentage of time that you spend on both businesses? I mean, I know that they intermingle at one point of time, but you know, sometimes you need
6 hours a day?
26? I was hoping for 25, but you are doing 1 hour extra. Let's go back to the restaurant. So you opened lunch and dinner.
Yes, we open lunch and dinner from Tuesday to Saturday, and we open Sunday lunch as well. My executive chef has been with me for almost 14 years, so I count myself very lucky.
So, talking about chefs, your chefs are from Sicily?
Yes.
And they have that passion for Mediterranean and mostly fish, but
Mostly
again,
fish, but we also serve
yes,
non-fish items, yes.
we were talking about fish and meat and all the food. We mentioned the vegan cuisine, but we also have an extensive dessert list. And all your desserts are made in-house.
Yes. All desserts are made in-house.
So when it comes to pairing something with desserts, you do import dessert wines
we
as
do.
well?
We have dessert wines, both white and red. We either get from 𝐿 𝐕𝐞𝐥𝐚 in Sicily, in Noto, or we have the Tardivo from Rivetti in Piemonte, or the Polvanera, Primitivo Polvanera from Puglia.
You're spending a lot of time in a role as a president of Association of Catering Establishments. And what is your challenge as a leader of association right now?
At the moment, we have many challenges as a catering industry. We started off with challenges since COVID. We've been at the association is 5 years old, and we started it just before COVID. But during COVID, obviously, there were so many challenges that we grew. The challenges today, well, there's inflation, there's the lack of human resources, high commercial rents, expenses which unfortunately the people out there have no idea what we're going through. Very high expenses like what we're going through with waste collection, with PCRS, with PRS, higher prices on raw materials, services.
Everything went up.
Everything went up. Cola, the cost of living increased, labor has increased a lot.
I think with the association per se, you're trying to establish those rules and help up the other restaurateurs through advice, through personal insights, not yourself. It's a group of very experienced people behind you as well. How many members the association has?
The association at the moment has over 500 members. We are a council of 12 people. We meet once a month. We talk every day. We have regular meetings with authorities, government, opposition, other associations. There are a few proposals that we're putting through the government at the moment.
As you mentioned, you have 500 members. It's worth of noticing that there is more than 4,000 restaurants in Malta right now.
Almost 4,000, yes. There are about 3,800 at the moment.
What do you consider to be restaurants, and how one of them is able to join the association?
Well, it's very easy to join. We have our website, we have our Facebook page. All our details are public, so anyone with any problem or anyone who would like to join us can just do so.
This is the motto, stronger together.
Yes.
Because you need somebody to represent and voice, and to be heard. Actually, you need to socialize and join.
In fact, we had our 5th annual conference this week, which we're very happy about.
When we are talking about trends, what do you notice as a current trend when it comes to wines? What are the people after, especially at La Vela here?
So up to a few years ago, we had started to notice that people choose a wine here and there. They're very well-known wines, like I can mention Chablis, Sancerre, Agave. They were the usual wines that people order. They're on the decrease. People are exploring. They're asking for new grapes, new regions, unexplored regions, and it's a satisfaction that we're trying to explore new regions. It's not always the same wines.
And when it comes to the trends in catering, when it comes to the trends in service, are people willing to try local food mostly, or they're trying new dishes constantly? What are the trends?
Yes, people love new dishes. In fact, what we have realized, as I explained before, we offer an amount of specialty dishes every day. And we have guests who come in once, twice, or 3 times a week even. So it's important to give them something different. Most of the people just come in and say, it's up to you. I want all your specialities, an array of antipasti, crudi, cotti, and sharing. The sharing concept has become so much popular because people like to try many different things, not just their own starter or main dish like we used to have.
Do you have something like a tester menu as well?
Yes, we do. We have a degustation menu. It's called the Go Classic Sicilian menu. It consists of 6 different types of antipasto, 3 raw and 3 cooked. It's all fish based. Then there are 2 assaggini of pasta, which obviously change every day. And then there's the fresh fish.
I can imagine if you have a group of people, you can also offer them wines that pair and match each particular dish.
But we can offer wines by the glass. As wines by the glass, we use a lot of Sauvignon Blanc and Pinot Grigio from Friuli region.
So you will have both of
yes.
styles.
But then again, every week we change our wines by the glass. So it's not; those are staple. Okay, whoever asks for a glass of white is that. But then we also have a list of wines by the glass.
So you're not restricting people, go for a bottle or half a bottle.
No.
You can have wine by the glass, try the menu.
Yes, some people like to change. With the antipasti having one wine with pasta, another one, then change to the main, another one for dessert. We're fine with that.
Not many restaurants offer this to the guests, though.
Yes, it's true. I find it, I love it. So I miss it when I go to some places and it's not available. I like to change my wines.
Michelle, there is one thing that even I was not aware of, that you are involved with ITS. It's the Institute for Tourism Studies in Malta.
That's right.
As well. I know many people working there and providing not some education. They provide the education for the local catering establishments and hospitality sector. Can you tell us more about your involvement and what it enticed you to help ITS with your knowledge and your expertise?
Well, I've been part of the board of governors in ITS for quite some time now, 10 years, and lately I was also appointed deputy chairperson. My role there is obviously attending board meetings, and I'm very proud of it because I've seen ITS change radically over the past few years. When I first started, it was small, negligible, but now the number of students every year is increasing. We have new degrees, new diplomas.
Better quality of education.
Better quality, yes. It might take us a bit more time to get where we want to go, but we're getting there.
Mentioning wines, the ITS also offers WSET.
Part-time courses,
So
yes.
there is courses that even current people in the industry can attend part-time, get some insights with the wine industry, learn about wines, further up their knowledge.
And ITS can also organize courses individually for restaurants. For example, I have a group of 10 staff and I want them to learn about wines, and ITS can organize these types of courses either on the premises or in the catering establishment itself.
You're involved in too many things, Michelle, so How do you manage to cope through the day?
Well, every day is a new day.
Especially when you have some lovely wine up
Exactly.
here. So, mentioning wine, we are just going to try
A
the
taste of 𝐷𝐻𝐻𝐿.
𝐷𝐻𝐻𝐿. 𝐷𝐻𝐻𝐿 is a specific grape, as we mentioned before, and it's a specific indigenous sort and variety that goes very well, as we said, with many different foods, and it's not completely, but almost unknown in Maltese market.
It's very much undiscovered.
So we spoke about local wines earlier, and something that I didn't know and I found out through conversation with you, that you have, when you had your diploma in MBA, and when you were doing dissertation, you had a work about local Maltese wines, and you were aiming to put Malta on the world map.
Yes,
of
when
wines.
I did when I sat for when I read my master's, my dissertation was about the possibility of placing Malta on the world wine map. I enjoyed doing it. I discovered many things, and how there is a possibility. Yes, we can market our wines. As we said, the quality has increased very, very much so. And I also planned some roadmaps as well, some wine routes, either just in Malta or including Malta and 𝐕𝐞𝐥𝐚, because incidentally, even in 𝐕𝐞𝐥𝐚 there are some nice wineries.
Yes, of course.
So yes, that was very interesting. I had quite a few interviews with winemakers, with travel agents, with MTA chairperson. There's a lot to be done, and Malta can be on the wine tours map.
We said we're going to taste 𝐷𝐻𝐻𝐿, and shall I do the honors?
Please do.
Even though it's vintage to 2020, this wine doesn't need a lot of aeration after opening.
Still full of fruit.
It's very, very fruity wine, and it should be drunk like that. Feel the fruit. Obviously, it needs to open up a bit, but Saha. You mentioned that this wine has been maturing for around 18 months.
Yes.
I can really feel the barrique
Yes.
there. It's the
still,
first on the note, but it's still.
But then it softens.
It softens up.
The color is lovely.
It's a beautiful ruby color. And now the fruit starts coming up.
It's got a nice long finish as well. What do you think?
That was a rich sip of fruit. So we have that deep cherry taste, we have berries.
Plums.
I'm mostly feeling even very sweet apples at the end.
You imagine yourself
finishing.
in the mountains of
Yes.
Alto Adige with the
I'm missing the mountains. This is the only thing I miss in Malta. It's mountains. We have greenery. Contrary to the popular beliefs, there is greenery in Malta. I just miss mountains and that fresh air in summer.
And where this wine is made, the area is 𝐷𝐻𝐻𝐿. It's made 2/3 in Terlan area and 1/3 in 𝐶𝐚. 𝐶𝐚 is just above Lake Caldaro.
What the future holds for La Vela and your wine import, and what the future holds for association itself and for ITAs. Can you give us some insights into this?
Well, let's start from Ristorante La Vela. We've been here for 16 years now. I always believe that we never reach a climax, so have to keep on working and working. I always believe that once you think you've reached, it's the day you start going down. So we have to keep on improving.
Continue building yourself.
Yes. There's always room for improvement, both in the kitchen, both in service. We keep improving our wine list, making it more and more extensive with fine wines. As far as the association goes, as we explained before, we have a lot of challenges, and we have a very challenging year ahead. So we need to work hard. We're building on more members. The council is getting stronger. A lot of people are believing in us. A lot of people are contacting us, not just to become members, but also to become our sponsors, to help us out. People are believing in our voice. It seems that we do have a loud voice.
Thank you for hosting us today.
Thank you. Thank you, Nino.
All the best in your future challenges to overcome them, especially with the association.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
looking forward for our next conversation.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Saha.
Saha.